Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town Grand Station, where I have left the game running quite a while. We've managed to get a full barn full of rail tiles. We've got a wagon there, we've got 4 in there, but we have a problem. We have no planks, and that's because I've discovered a bug in the system here. Now, what happens is when these drop below 50, they request more items. So this is dropped below 50 and is requesting wooden planks. So the wooden plank ball here has turned on the pusher. They're going down here. Now this is turned off because this doesn't have more than 20 in it. So the carts are going by, come back up again, and round and round. Yeah. However, in order to get more planks, we need wood. Normal everyday logs. And logs are down here and are being requested as well. But they're not being picked up because the system is just waiting and waiting and waiting for planks. So we need to fix this. This is a problem. What we need to do is we need to be able to have a system that only turns on the pusher if something's being requested and we have a surplus. But there's a few ways to do it. There's the first way of thinking was the logic there of having a system here where we'd have a board here that was saying if any of these want, if anything is on, then turn that on. And rather than having this connect to this ball, we'd have it connect to this one or that one, and we'd have this one connect to this ball. So that would basically mean that something has gone, I want wood, and the barn has the wood, then we turn this on. And that would work because when we come down here, it would be the same for stone. And because this is an ore, it would be wood or stone would be requested. So that would be fine. But then if the stone drops below so much, it will turn on. Now, I've screwed up here. You'll probably notice that I've screwed up here because we have wooden planks inside this one. That's yeah, I didn't filter the barns. I didn't filter the barns. I was wondering because we've had plenty of logs go around, yet none turned up back up here. And it's just we filled up the barn there. We've got 4 there. We've got an extra 8 on top of the full barn, and then run out. So it was fantastic. So we've got 1,000 rail ties. I did upgrade that all the way. So that's going to help us there. So I'll transfer them over. That won't be a major problem. But we still need to fix this bug because this is obviously a problem here. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll grab this delta block and unlink it from there. And it's already linked to this one. And then all we do is we'll grab this one and link it to there. And then we'll do the same with that. Grab this one, link it to there, and that's already connected to there. And the reason I have an OR gate here is because we might have more than one thing that asks for stone. So we could send another signal from, say, over here, down, plug it into this one, and it will make all the logic work fine. So yeah, so that should now be working. Obviously it's still going to push down there for the minute because all this is turned off and not connected. So I need to pick up wood from there, transport it to there. Now, caravans can't drive on tracks, can they? No, they cannot. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the track there and break the track there. Put you up here and say, could you take that to there, please? And this should trigger that to fire. And it's going, hey, I've got 120 now, so you can pick up some. So it's done it. Awesome. And that's a good lesson in making sure you filtered your barns. Let's double check I've done that over here. Wood, stone, none. Ah, there we go. That's got loads of wood in it. Because I didn't filter that to be iron ore. See, there are problems. That's somehow got iron in it. And wood. This should be filtered to iron. See, there are many mistakes. Many mistakes have been made here. And I bet this one's the same. I bet this one's full. No, that one was filtered to gold already. Okay, so we'll break that, we'll break that, break that. And then we'll get another caravan. And we will say, would you be so kind as to take wood? Oh, to there, we'll break that. Put that one back in. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay, so pause the game now. So you're empty. Awesome. Right, you can come along over there. And then we're going to put the rails back in because that's now done. And you are going to go, hey, I need to drop off my wood, and I'm dropping off in the right place now. Yes, awesome. So make sure you filter your barns, because otherwise that happens and it's bad. It's very bad. But there we go. Now our carts have come down this way because, well, either that's full, which it is full, but also if this drops below 20, it won't send a cart down here. Now that works. But that does mean it will get priority for this row, then next row, next row, next row. So stuff down here would be much lower priority, which isn't really ideal. If I'm honest, it's not really ideal at all. What we should probably have is either the second way of doing it that I was thinking was actually having filtered carts. I was grabbing this here and pushing it down here, and having every time we put a drop off down, so every time we put down one of these silos saying wood, we put a cart down and go wood, and this one would be stone, and that one would be logs. And then the next time we do another wood one, we put down another wood cart, and we filter the carts and let them go. Now that would cause problems of the balancing between the two that I wanted to do, because if we'd have filtered carts, and that would break the balancing. But it also makes life a lot easier and guarantees the supply chain is more stable, because it also means that when we come back into the system, we can filter the carts to go wherever they want to go easier. You know, we can say, hey, if you are one of these ones, so we'd have a system like this here, just on the pickup as well. 3 for the top, 3 for the bottom. So I like that idea. I'm kind of leaning towards that idea, but I'm not entirely sure about it. It would also stop this, I think, here, because there'd only ever be one cart going down this line, the wood. It does mean that things along the track would get priority over other ones. So, for instance, like the drop-off here would get priority over drop-off up there because the carts would go down there first. But there'd be 2 carts on the system, so you're doubling the throughput. And I think that would be better to handle. Yeah, I think that would be probably better to handle overall. And the third way of doing it would be to do logic to say, count the carts coming down this line and coming back out this line. And if there's, say, more than 5 carts, so 1 cart per barn, don't let any more come down. And then carts go that way. That works with the current system we have and would even up things. The first rows would still get priority. So I'm really leaning towards the filtered carts, but only for pickups, not for drop-offs. Drop-offs can just stay on a system, but then we could also use filtered carts there as well, which would just guarantee things would go where they're going to. Every time we do a drop-off, so planks, we put a plank cart there, we put a log cart there, and we put a coal cart there. And that would always push things the right way. The drawback to that is that if a cart comes back that is empty, it will still get filtered down to where it's going to. We'd have to put this return first, which isn't terrible. It's not difficult to do. So you can only go into the filter system if you are empty. If you're not, then Sorry, if you're full, if you're empty, go back around. Go back around. So I think we might switch to that, and then have a cart per go. So let's do that. I think I'm gonna go with that. It does mean I gotta pull apart this here, which is fine. It's fine because it's kind of what I want to do anyway. So I'm gonna delete that cart. You're going down there. Turn you back on anyway. Delete that cart. We'll delete all these. I'll leave one so I can copy it. So yeah, I just feel as if the filtered cart system would work smoother. Much smoother. I did move this around a little bit as well to try and get it closer because the machine shop was struggling for iron, and it wasn't a distance thing. It was the fact that this just wasn't building, wasn't running fast enough. We have got loads of iron here though, so that's not a big problem. Oh, we got the iron ore. Right, so you're actually saying you're full, and you've still got things to take out of there. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And if we discover things aren't working, then they'll go. I did have another idea, which obviously has now been scrapped because of this change here. But I did have an idea of having like a big long track with carts on it, and counting how many carts are in a line. So how many carts have left the system and are out in the world, and if there's too many carts, how can I put this? I count how many carts go out and how many come in, and if the number of carts going out gets too high, we'll put more onto the track. That makes sense, because that means that there's too many carts out in the world and it's taking too long for them to pick up and come back. But that now wouldn't work if I put in a filtered cart system. So now do I want to do filtered cart systems? Do I want to do that? Or do I just want to stick with what I've got here and then have a system that counts the carts going down? So only 5 carts go down this line, only 5 carts go down that line. Does mean if a cart goes down here, comes back again, that would still be quite quick. So this would get a highest priority. And then it would count down all the way along. Do you know? Because I would really like to have a system that can be balanced. So if there are, if we expand the system for pickup, and there's just, it's not getting back in fast enough, we can just drop more carts on it and not have to worry about filtering them or anything like that. Because I'll forget. I forgot to filter the barns, so I'd probably forget to filter the things, the mine carts as well. So, kind of like the idea of leaving it as it is, but the idea I've just kind of had is to change this to be over here and put this over here. So all the unfiltered goods, the raw goods, the stuff that is like, the logs, the ores, that sort of stuff that's used more of, is first on the list. That gets the highest priority for pickup, at least along the top. So that would require a complete redesign of station. Because it would send everyone up first to all of these, so they get priority for pickup. But then, if it went down, it wouldn't work either. There was a suggestion from think it was Java Mirko. I'm not sure, so sorry if I've got that wrong. But of adding of splitting this here and then splitting it again with rollable, because there are some items that are rollable. So things like the log, the stone, the ores, they're rollable, but the iron plates are not, and gold ore is not. These are not. I'm just not sure what's rollable and what's not, but it would split it. We can check that. We can check what is rollable and what is not. By going down here, and you'll see here rollable is an option there. And we must have that. That shows all them. How many is that? 1, 2, 10, 20, 30. Give me a moment, and I shall be right back. Okay, so I have looked at this. I have looked at what's rollable, what's not rollable. For the unfiltered items, there is 23 that are rollable and 19 that are not. I also realised that there's. I mean, I can move this filter to here, but we always need to have the these unfiltered items on, or the what's the word I'm after? The ones that aren't in one of the categories need to be last. So even though it's going to be first on the list for drop off, so it can be first on this for pickup. I think we'll do this. I think we'll move these to here, and I'll do the 23 at the top, 19 at the bottom, and go along. I'm also going to change things up a little bit as well. Instead of having 5 barns, I'm going to do 4. And my reasoning for that is because I can foresee some other issues happening. And if I do 4, that means I could put a 5th barn on the end and filter them individually, and then we can use conveyor belts to move things around. So kind of like that idea. It gives me options, it gives me a bit of leeway, particularly with the train changes that may be coming in soon or later, I don't know, but we'll see. So let me move this around and move this about, and we'll come back when it's done. Okay, so things aren't exactly the way I originally said they'd be. I did start tearing this all down and then moving these over here, and then I noticed the rails would have to cross here, and it would be really awkward because I still need these to be first, because we have to filter out these first, and then anything that isn't filtered can go. So I'd have to have these two on the end and then have them come up and cross these lines here, and it would have looked weird. And yeah, so I thought instead I'm going to leave it as is, and we're going to go down here, and then we're going to go here. These are all the rollables that are going up there. These are the non-rollables, so we'll have to figure these out in a minute. So we've got 23 going up, 19 coming down. That's fine. What I'm going to do is, I've also left space here. We've took a barn out here, so there's only 4 here now. So we've got space here for a barn. Also, this barn here is just a spacer. This is where it is. So this is the closest I can put a rail line. But what I was thinking was, when the line comes back in, we could filter where it goes. We could put in a system like, you know, like this here. We could go, hey, if you want one of these things, blah, and we could put the non-filtered stuff first as a priority, if that makes sense. We've only got 23 barns now, so we only need, you know, it's 4, 8, 12. I'll probably put another 12 for this side. So yeah, it's gonna go. This is gonna be bigger. I don't think there's enough space in the middle now. I'm probably gonna have to move this all over a little bit to make it all fit, which is fine because I have space here to do that anyway, and I always move this over. I haven't counted the centre bit yet, so I don't know if that's correct, but well, it's not correct. I know it's not correct now, being 4. We're definitely going to need more. There's 15, so instead of 3 rows, it's going to be 4, 8, 12. So it's going to be 4 rows now. So yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. We can always sort that out here. I've moved the placed down there. That's down there. And these could also be moved over. Now I think about it, because I mean this here is central point. I think. Yeah, this here is central point. So yeah, that's going to be built out this way. 23, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So we're going to have another out about here, which doesn't really balance right if that's central point. So maybe I'll move these over a bit. We'll see in the future. But what I wanted to do here, let me remove that to save myself some stone, because we're still struggling a bit for stone. Still got my stone going down here, I think. Still going? Yep, that's full. I should probably upgrade that, shouldn't I? I didn't really want to. No. But what I'm going to do is, when this comes back in, which this is all completely in the way and terrible and whatnot, but let's give it a go here. So yeah, that's all out. That's fine. I probably have to move this a bit because the rail's going to come back, but that's not a problem. What we'll do is we'll have this line come along like this, and it's going to have to do a bit of a wormy thing because we need it up on the platform there. So it's going to come back in like up here somewhere. I don't know exactly yet. We'll figure it out. But it'll come in here, and it'll get filtered to say if you need these ones, any of these 23 down here, then do that first, and then we'll do, you know, whichever we'll go furthest first, and then come back, and then come back, and do it that way. I'll also add a system that counts how many carts go down there, so it doesn't use up too many. I was tempted to have a rail each, but that's going to be a lot of rails just next to each other. I'd much rather have one rail for this whole section. Not that I'm worried, we've got plenty of rails. It's just this thing is expanding quickly. Project is expanding very, very quickly. And if I was to have oh god, my brain. I don't think I've got enough rails to copy that yet. So 4, 8. Let's copy these, shall we? Copy. Can't afford that because we need more stone. Yeah, figures. Okay. Struggling for stone. Maybe I should upgrade this down here, because I don't think that gets used. I put 5 people in there to make more stone for me as well. So we got 4, 8, 16. That will go there. That will go there. Roughly, not correct, but so I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rails. And if I wanted to filter all 6 of those rails, that would be 6, and then however many here, another 4 here. That's 10 rails, and then however many for this one here. That's a lot of rails. That's a lot of rails. Yeah, I think I just have 1 for this here, this whole section. Not really ideal. I'd much rather have a rail for each one. I'd much rather have 1 rail and just filter it out as it goes, but we can't really do that because, as I said, these take priority, and it's very clear that we're going to need our wood to take priority over everything else. The raw materials will have to be higher priority than the other ones. So that means if we run this along here, let's not level, let's flatten that terrain out there. We are running out of red coins as well. That's a bit of a concern. We've got there, all my arms up there. I don't know what these are. I'll put some of these onto the actual system. There are some oddities when it comes to rolling things. I mean, cotton, yeah, okay, so a cotton ball, fine. A bag of fertilizer, And a bag of animal feed can roll. I don't get that. Especially when Omnistones can't roll. So my Omnistone down here can't. I'm like, huh? But I get why. Because you will be using fertilizer and animal feed very early in the game before you maybe even have conveyor belts. So I understand that, but yeah, I could edit it and turn them off to be rollable. That would then put, that'd be 21, and that'd be 21. Can we do that? Should we do that? I like that idea, actually. Let's go with items. Let's go with fertilizer. Nope. I don't know if I even can change that, actually. Structural blocks, paths, chute. Nope. Items, recipes. Nope. Okay, maybe I can't. Maybe that is something that's not accessible via this here, which is fine. Okay. Okay, so we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. Yeah. All this logic is connected up as well. I copied this all. This is all connected and working. What I need to do is build this as a template somewhere. I'll just copy and paste it in with blank inventories on it, and then just remember to fill them in. Which I'm now going to double check. I have done that with these. I have these ones are filtered. Yeah, I'll probably just filter them with something that I don't think would ever end up on the line. So filter them with like depleted mana crystals or something, which may end up on the line at some point. I don't know, but. Anyway, I digress. So this will come along here, and we need 3 paths coming off, don't we? We need one that's going to do the rail for these. One that's going to do the rail for the gourmet stuff and sentinel, or whatever it was we got, and then one that does this one over here. So, but I need this one to be priority first. So, we need this to come along. We really need this to kink, don't we? Just to make life easier for ourselves. I want it to do this, and then it will go up there and along, and then to that go up there and along, and then this one goes down. Okay, and then we have a pusher here and here. Which this needs to know whether any of these are turned on. I think I'll do it that way. This pusher will be active if any of these pushers are active. So we'd have to have a logic block for each one of these, which is fine. I think I'm over-engineering this. I know full well that using the filter blocks would have been a lot easier. Yeah, so you are an OR block. So if you get any connection come in that says yes, you are going to go to that one, and then you are going to go to that one as well, and then the next line will all go to that one ball function. And if any of them turn on, it will turn on this one. And if all of them turn off, it will turn off that pusher. So we won't send carts that way. So that prioritizes them, and then the next one is this one, which prioritizes these ones. So I might as well turn that off right now because not needed. And then finally it comes down here and grabs these things. So yeah. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it. So I think I'm going to leave it here for this episode, and I'm going to do a bit of building off camera. I'm not going to build any of this like system here or whatever like that. It's just now I've got lots of rails. I suppose I should get this working first, shouldn't I? Let's get this working, and then we'll bring this to a close. Hopefully I've got this correct. Let's double check the logic, shall we? I've changed a little bit of it as well. So if we need wooden planks, this will go, hey, I need wooden planks, and it will turn on its own grabber, its own pusher for the line, saying, yes, this line needs wooden planks, and it will request wooden planks from here. It will send a signal to this ball function going, yes, I need wooden planks. Now this ball function can connect to multiple places. So, and it will go to the AND gate, and the AND gate says, if I have more than 20 planks and someone is requesting it, turn on the rail stop and also turn on this one because someone has requested it. And I'm going to do this all the way down the line. Oh, I don't have this set up here. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, instead of manually controlling these from sources, I'm going to just have the sources ask the barn, and the barn's logic will then go, I have enough wood and someone has requested what I want to do, turn on that line there. Same down here. So the wood, let's go to the logs. So the log logic goes, check the silo, if it's less than 50, say I need logic. So this ticks off here and would turn on the pusher, because usually that would be a normal return. you know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to get rid of this foolish little additional logic, which I could still use, but I'll go along there. I'm going to do that, and then you're going to double back on yourself, and you're just going to run a line all the way along here, and reconnect there. It could be underneath to make life easier, but anyhow, that's fine. That's fine. We'll sort that out later. And then we'll put a pusher here with logs. Ooh. Log. Wait, hang on. What's it called? Oh, it's just called wood. I thought it was called log. Why do I think it was called log? How strange. So relink that to there. So you will turn on the pusher saying, "Hey, I need logs." There. You will also go over here. Zoom, 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 zoom. To this ball here, saying, "I want logs. I am one of many that want logs." This will check, yes, I have logs, and someone has wanted logs. So turn on the station, and turn on the pusher to come down here for that. And the coal one is the same. The coal one set up like so. Someone requires coal. Everything is awesome. I'm going to drop you in there, and then I'm going to tell you to pick up that from there. Oh, you're not firing. Why are you not firing? Is that is connected? Oh, true. Oh, because that was still a true signal, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think you gotta manually look at the logic when you first put it in, because sometimes the connections just don't work. And then with this system, I shouldn't need to filter any carts. So if I go to cart and I put down one there, one there, one there, and I make sure they're facing the right directions. And then I'll put down a cart there as well, make sure that's facing the right direction, and then let them all go. Probably shouldn't have put them there because they might have picked stuff up. Although they're drop-offs, aren't they? These should be drop-offs. Not pickups, they are drop-offs. Aha. So there we go. Right. So you'll come back down here and you will all get pushed up this way first. You're all going to pick up wood. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is probably why I kind of need to have a system that triggers, you know, how long we're going. Maybe not have as much wood stored. Maybe just put the barns back down to only being the very basic ones, so it only requires, if it's less than 100 or less than 50 or whatever. Anyway, so you can all go down there this time around. You're going to drop off wood, you're going to drop off wood, you drop off wood, and hopefully that last one will get there in time. There you go. So let's turn that off. Let's pause this here. So it's turned that off. Awesome. So we go over here. It has triggered that we no longer want wood. So this is turned off and that's turned off, which should in turn turn this one off. Awesome. So the cars get to carry on. And then as the woods come along, it's turned the wood back on again. So you go down here, you pick up planks, and the whole system works wonderfully. Awesome. I will let it run for a bit and check that it all works and see if there's any bugs with it, but I think we're in a good place. So we'll leave it there and we'll come back next time and expand on it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, as always, have fun.